Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is Professor David J. De Los Reyes from Los Angeles, California, USA. Okay, what I will be discussing tonight will be the so-called remote control operation of appliances. Meaning, if an appliance is plugged in and we want to operate the appliance via a remote control, we could do that. But what is needed here is the so-called we got the so-called appliance module here. We needed an appliance module in which the terminals of the plugs for that appliance will be plugged in here. Okay? And this is got a plug, meaning to say this is to be plugged on a live convenience outlet. So for an appliance to be controlled by a remote control, we needed an appliance module like this. In general, it's just an appliance module, but if you try to buy your appliance module, it depends on what brand you will be getting. But in general, the name of this one is the so-called appliance module. It is an electronic circuit in which it got a component inside that is communicating with the remote control center. There should be a remote control center, meaning to say this should be a receiver control module and you should have a transmitter control module. That is, when you try to switch on that appliance, you just push the on position on that control module and that appliance will now be activated. So it seems we are having a transmitter and a receiver. So the appliance module is actually the receiver thing. It's an electronic thing. And the remote control center or just a remote controller, of course, it is away from the appliance module. That's why we called it a remote control. So to show you how we use this control module and remote control center, how they operate, I will now try to show you how these things will operate. They should be in combination. That is, the appliance module is the receiver, the remote control center is actually the transmitter. So this module and this transmitter actually communicates. So if we want this one to be on, we just post something on the remote control center. If we want this one to be off, we just post something or we just post the off position on this for this one to be off. So if this is on, of course the appliance we inserted here will be on. And if this is off, of course the appliance that is inserted here will be on. That's why the main function of this one is actually to control the appliance via a remote control. Okay? So I will now try to plug in this one on a live convenience outlet. I plug it now. Okay? I plug it in. Okay? Oh, one thing more before I will plug in this one. For the appliance module and the remote control center to coordinate with each other, we got some codes over here. This bottom dial here we could change the what you call this location of this one, that is from A, B, C, D up to a letter O. So right now, this red dial here is placed on letter A. And this letter A here should coincide with the letter A on the control center. They should match, so they could communicate. Okay, so they could communicate. So if this is placed on A, the control module should also be placed on A. So we are setting the way how they will communicate. Okay, and the upper dial thing, it represents the number from 1 to what you call this, how many is 1 to 15. Meaning to say, this control center here could actually control 15 different things, 15 control module like this. But for tonight, since I only got one control module, I will just show you how to control one control module. So the upper dial here represents what's the number of the control module. Okay. So this is set at number 1. So when we try to force on the control center, there are numbers over here, right? This is number 1 module, 5. This is 2 and 5, or 2 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 8. Okay? And there is also a selector here. The left one is actually appliance module 1 to 4, and if we try to toggle this one on the right, it will be appliance 5 to 8. Okay? Since the one we are controlling is actually number 1, we just put the selector on the side 1 to 4. And when we try to open or close this control module here, we should push on number 1 button. Because this number 1 here refers to the number 1 on here. Okay? So they could communicate. Okay, I will now try to plug in the appliance module here. Okay, I plug it in. The convenience outlet is alive. And also, the control center, it's also plugged in. Okay, so this is power up. The appliance module is also power up, but they could communicate between control center and module. Okay, they could communicate. So like what I said, this is set on A. This is also set on A. And for the number of the control module, this is set at number 1. So when we try to activate or deactivate this one, we should be pushing that number 1 button. It's either on the on position or close position. So in here, the identity of this appliance module is already specified. Okay, and to test how this control module operate so with this control center, I plug in a load here. My load is actually my light over here. Okay, the load is my light. So actually I got a transformer here. At the end of this line here is a transformer, and the secondary goes to my LED light. Okay, so I would like to control now this light here by using the control module, because the load of the appliance module is actually the light. It was plugged in here. And the other plug is actually plugged to a live outlet. So to show you how this one operates now, we got the on buttons here. Like what I said, I got only one appliance module. So, and the number of my appliance module is number 1. So if I would like to turn on this appliance module, to turn on the light, I will push on button number 1 on the on position. Okay, the light is on. Okay? And if we try to shut off that light by using the remote control, we should be pushing the off button. So this is number 1 on button. This is the off button. So we will just close this off button over here. Okay? And as you could hear it, it seems there is a relay opening or closing while we are shutting off the module, the appliance module, or switching on the appliance module. One more time, I would like to activate the light, and that light is to be activated by using this appliance module, but this appliance module is actually operated by a remote control, and this is the remote control. So again, I will repeat it. I will turn on the appliance module. Okay, you could hear the relay clicking and the light is on. And if we want to shut off that light by using this remote control here, supposing this remote control is away, that's the main reason why we use a remote control. If we don't want to go to the load to shut it off, we do it by a remote control. I want to shut down again, so I will be pushing this off button here. Okay, the light is off. Okay, it was shut off by using the appliance module, and this appliance module was controlled by this remote control here. Again, one more time before we go for tonight, I will switch on the appliance module to turn on the light. Okay, and I would like to shut off the light by using the remote control. That's it. So for tonight, I have discussed the concept on how to control a load by using an appliance module via a remote control. Okay, good evening from Los Angeles. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes.